Hi, Lamar Johnson here, and I wanted to talk to you about an app that I use on my iPhone. I believe that there is a version for the Droid, and there are similar apps for both the Droids and other smartphones. But what I use and what I want to talk about is Grocery IQ. And the reason I want to talk about it is because one, it saves you money. Two, it's more importantly, it saves you time. And three, it kind of gives you focus and lets you kind of predict the future. And when you eat the way I do right now, an adequate protein day for me is 195, really 200 grams of protein. And because I'm making some changes in how I approach my diet and some changes in my activity level here over the next 12 weeks, that number is going to jump up to about 240, 250 grams of protein a day. And so when I go shopping, I'm very cognizant of the prices of meats because I buy a lot of it and I eat a lot of it. And one thing that I've heard about this style of eating is that it's very expensive. And in the absolute terms, yeah, meat in an absolute term per pound costs more than a refined, processed, carbohydrate-laden food. That is true. However, when you look at the cost of the over-the-counter medicines that I don't have to take, the lost days of productivity I don't have because I'm unable to function because of colds and other things that are attacking my immune system and I'm not able to fight off adequately. When you take into account the ACE bandages and stuff I no longer need because I don't sprain my ankle at random times for random reasons. When you take into account prescription medications that I don't have to take and will never have to take. When you look at that stuff, it's pretty cheap to buy meat compared with the cost of the food that I would be eating plus all that other stuff. That said, looking at real time, real world, how do you monitor the cost and control? Well, Grocery IQ, which you can find in the App Store, and I'm not affiliated with them in any way, you can find in the App Store, really works for me. It allows you to put in your grocery list. You just type in what you want, and it will search its database, and it'll come up with national brands. And if they can't find a national brand, it'll just let you put in whatever you want. So, let's say you wanted to buy bacon, and for whatever reason you want to buy the store brand. And the store brand isn't in their database. Well, you can just put in bacon and it'll show up and you're done. You don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to buy one of the different national brands. So I like that feature. I also like that you can you can share it with another user. So Hotness and I both have it on our iPhones. So what I make it a habit of doing is that if I know we need something, I put it in Grocery IQ and then it updates her Grocery IQ. Obviously, well, if it's not obvious, the reason that's important is because if she goes to the store and I don't, I want her to have the same list. That doesn't mean we get all the stuff that's on our grocery list at any one time, but at least we both know that if you need what's needed, and we don't have to go back and forth. So it just saves time. She can just look at it and say, "Oh, okay, yeah, we do need toilet paper or whatever. Okay, I'll go get some." So I really like that feature. It saves a lot of time. Also saves money because it integrates coupons. Now, one thing I will tell you about coupons is coupons are normally given on processed foods. So the high refined carbohydrate processed foods. I don't eat a lot of those things, so I don't get the benefit of the coupons a lot. If there's I don't know, I had a coupon on mine for sea salt. I use sea salt, so that was a good deal. Other than that, if it's not on meats or vegetables and stuff like that, I don't generally get a benefit of it. Right now, we're transitioning from where we are to going to foods from community supported agriculture, but we're not there yet. So we spend a lot of time in the meat section or in the grocery store. So it is if you have a national brand like Tyson of chicken or something like that, those coupons when they do come up are relevant, but for the most part that doesn't help me very much. But Grocery IQ does save me time. It organizes stuff by aisle, so all the stuff that would be in the meat section goes together automatically. All the stuff that's in the deli goes together automatically. All the fruits and vegetables automatically go together. And obviously it allows you to put in a price, and then you can price things by weight or by quantity. and then when you when you check it off your list, it asks you for the price, so you can verify the price. So you can put in the price that you think it is, or that you know, or at least you believe it will be beforehand, and you can have a complete grocery list and know how much it's going to cost you to buy those things before you go to the store. And then you can check it while you're in the store, because as you check off everything on your list, it asks you for the price again, so you can either accept the price you put in or change it. So before you even hit the cash register, you'll know you'll be really close as to how much you're going to pay and spend in groceries. And so that kind of alleviates a lot of anxiety a lot of people have about going to this type of lifestyle where you eat adequate protein, because they don't know how much it's going to cost and how it's going to affect their grocery bill. And then finally, real quick, one thing I have found how it affects my grocery bill is that it balances out, because we don't buy a lot of what I call junk food. Sorry, processed refined foods. With that stuff out of our budget, there's more food of it, more dollars left in that pie for meats and vegetables and fruits and vegetables. And meats and fruits and vegetables sustain us longer. We feel fuller, so we don't end up overeating on this other stuff. So we eat, we're full, we move on. So the difference between the two is that, if anything, we probably spend less over the course of a month than we did when we were eating the other way, the bad way. So Grocery IQ, you can get it at the iTunes App Store. I'm almost certain that it's also at the Droid App Store. If you can't find Grocery IQ and you still want the benefits, just look up, grocery store app on Google, because that's how I found it. And I found at least 3 or 4 posts that compared like 6 or 7 of them in each post. And I chose Grocery IQ, and I really like it. Try it out. Let me know what you think. This is Lamar Johnson.